unfortunately. And it's probably not going to help your general coolant system, actually. 53, because it's pretty late in the day. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, that's what's happening in touring production. Of course, it's not the only class that's happening. As we get down the grid with the camera, we're going to see exactly what's happening in some of the other classes. SB1, of course, there's a big, big fight happening there. KENURATA and Masahiko Ida from Japan, from RWORKS. They're on 64 points. So Raimi Mustafa and Ahmed. Row 2, Darren Ong and Lai Wei Sing in row 3. So that means that Katir and Wei Sing have actually been separated for this race. KENURATA, we're from RWORKS in 7th, Baron Sim in 8th, Brendan Paul in 9th, Leon Koo in 10th, it's all SP1, Roy Tang and Ronson Ong in 11th and 12th on row 6. Ahmed Tamizi, Tahin Anwar, I think we are going to be starting now. Rolling starts. And this time, we should see the lights go green. So, on the run-up, all spick and span, nice and tidy. And the lights are green, and round 4 for the Malaysia Championship Series 2019 is underway. Mark Darwin hugs the wall on the inside. That looks like Tae Kian Boon with a good start. Jonathan Z's not finding any space there behind the R Engineering car. And he's going to have to settle for 5th into turn 1. Mark Darwin in 2nd, and Kian Boon has already found some daylight through turns 1 and 2. Looking back at the rest of the field, well, it's great that they all got away perfectly. Very big grid, as we said. So the top 4 overall looking very much as we'd expect, though Jonathan Z was going to be feeling a little bit peeved that he couldn't get a better start there. He was really shut down on the inside lane by about 3 cars, Mark Darwin being at the front of it. That's Brendan Paul. So that should be Darren Ong and Kevin Queen, the green AMG. So Darren Ong most probably taking the lead there in terms of driving. Here are the top 3, and have a look at that. Well, cuts the line off just. Kian Boon with some daring maneuvers up at 9 and 10. Now, this isn't the best situation for Mark. Jonathan Z all over the back of Abdul Katir. And he himself under attack as well, as they all roll through into the faster section of the track. Now it's looking a little bit more like 2 packs of 3 and 2. Breaking up somewhat. Pit window will be open at 5 o'clock local time. That's 14 minutes from now. That gives us time for plenty of racing beforehand. Well, there's a big spin, and it looks like somebody clipped Abdul Katir. Now that was actually Lai Wei Sing's R Engineering. Abdul Katir is now at 23 motors, so that would explain that livery. So Kian Boon first, Darwin 2nd, Jonathan Z in 3rd, Darren Ong in 4th, KENURATA in 5th, Brendan Paul 6th. That's also the Z is actually reeling in that AMG A45 as well, and I don't think his teammate Darren Wong is close enough to help out. That's KENURATA and Brendan Paul just behind them. And that looks like Abdul Katir in that new black and yellow 23 motors setup. He's teamed up with Baron Sim and Tony Teo in the other car. He's driving solo in his own car, and they are 7th and 8th. That's the explanation for that beautiful paint job. It's a brand new team. Meanwhile, Jonathan Z all over the back of Taekan Bun. That fight alone and having to keep his eyes on the mirror is giving Mark Darwin a lot of room to get away, but they're Leona on their tail during that round as she had a couple of reliability issues. But this time, it looks like a fully powered Tedco Racing that they're having to deal with. Now, this looks like the battle for SP1. It is KENURATA there in red and white, and Brendan Paul just behind him. 0.5 of a second between these two. And that's Ahmed Tarmisi in 9th. And it's Darren Ong. He's being caught by KENURATA there and Brendan Paul. Now this might turn into a very interesting situation if Darren Ong manages to hold up KENURATA just for a couple of seconds. Then that might allow Brendan Paul a shot at the lead in SP1. That is the SP1 leader there. All is going to hinge for his team and for us on when he can get past that AMG 845. And can Brendan Paul use that opportunity to slingshot himself through? Right now he seems like he's too far back. Now remember, the pit window is closing in. It's now 3 minutes away. And that means that some of these leaders are going to come in early. Trio of cars. Meanwhile, Darren Ong will be looking to hand over the reins of that car, that green AMG, to Kevin Kui soon. Running in 4th at the moment. Some 31 seconds off the leader, that's KENURATA, who is now settling into, no, he's still only 1 second ahead of Brendan Paul. Brendan Paul still giving it everything that he's got in 6th overall, but 2nd in class. Aaron Sim from 23 Motors, 3rd in SP1. They're on compulsory, they're going to have to make it. Now, pretty much all of SP1 are in now. Baron Sim, Ronson Ong, Roy Tang. Apologies once again to Eddie Liu. Fantastic fight that he's had with the Proton R3s for this half race. And his teammate now about to head out of the pits. That's her there. It's in right now. But really, we have to let each of these cars get down this straight and across the start line, so that we can see exactly where we are for the last 17 minutes of the race. Is that sight of 2 Proton R3s and Leona Chin. Looking at that fight now, there is still actually only about 2 seconds between them, so there might be some action and flares there. SP1, well, Brendan Paul has come out on top. No, sorry, second. 4 seconds behind KENURATA. And in SP2, Kifli Othman from 23 Motors. Looks like he is 2 rounds. They are leading MTC. That is big, big news. Now, just looking down at some of the other scores. Angeline Lee, well, another solid performance from her, I guess. Not the fastest driver, but I guess compared to your teammate, Ali Rahimi, that's a pretty harsh comparison. But a good amount of finishes. So really, Roy Tang, Hasrin Tahir, Mok Weng Sun, and Lai Wei Sing, the 4 drivers that didn't really make it past 9 laps. Well, Roy made, and pretty much on the dot. Jonathan Z with another great second, some 17 seconds behind Taekan Bun and Desmond. So that will be good for them to get some points from 3rd. Abdul Katir, Darren Ong take us out touring production. KENURATA and Brendan Paul, that's the top 2 in SP1. Ahmed Tamisi, Leon Koo, and Baron Sim also from SB1 to take us up to 10th.
Category. Please welcome all the winners to the podium.
SB1 up next.
Third place, cars number 27, Ahmad Tamizi and Ahmad Tamini from R Engineering.
Well, this certainly looks like it's
Second
running
place,
to
cars number 91
the computer
from
finishing
R
timing.
Engineering, Brandon Paul.
Ahmed Tamisi and Ahmed Tamimi from R Engineering in third. Brendan Paul in second.
Cars number 55 from RWORKS.
And then the standout performance, KENURATA and Masahiko Ida.
Now it's my honor to invite Ms. Dia Talib, Head of Operation and Maintenance Sepang International Circuit, to present all the trophies to the winner.
Great performance from them. And that's going to make a real difference to their championship as well. They needed to have a good performance here. Brendan Paul was just snapping at their heels. They managed to pull one out here. 11 seconds ahead of him in the end. Great run from Brendan as usual. He was riding in MTC, of course, last year. Got promoted up this year and is liking the feel of SB1.
Group photo.
No strange, mysterious absences for the SB1 podium.
I'm here with the race winners from SB1 production. So guys, how was the race for you?
Yeah, it was a great race for us. Car was good. Thank you for the team mechanic. And I had a good stint myself, and also a good stint himself, Ida-san. It was happy. Car was good. Perfect.
How was it for you?
Yeah. When I was driving, the second driver, already 5-second gap. So to keep distance, I tried constantly driving. Very easy today. But tomorrow is never know. No.
Okay, thank you for that. Back to you, Jeevan.
Isn't that brilliant from an all-Japanese pairing? Tomorrow you never know. How true is that? Anything could happen tomorrow in race 2.